Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Shreya Tyen. And if you are new to my channel, please go to my like section and press like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So as you can see from the title, I'm asking you a question. You clicked on this video, so I'm assuming that it's meant for you to be here. Why aren't you rich yet? Do you really want to become rich? There is an old saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are your 5 best friends. If you take all of you together and total up your income, that is your worth. The people you spend the most time with shape who you are. They determine what conversations dominate your attention. This relates to the law of averages, which is the theory that the result of any given situation will be the average of all outcomes. Who do you hang around? And most importantly, who do you listen to? Do you listen to the same old 5 broke friends that keep trying to give you advice and tell you where your dreams are headed and where you're going and how you can get there and how you can't get there? I'm about to discuss something that is very scientific with you in its nature and how to take more of a scientific approach to this and how science really confirms what we already know or should be knowing. Okay? First and foremost, let me introduce myself for those of you that do not know me. My name is Dr. Shreya Tyen. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I'm also a psychic, a professional psychic. I do shamanic healings through Reiki. I do Tantra healing to help you to heal from past life experiences, rape, sexual trauma, or just to heal sexual wounds altogether. I also take people on their past lives through what is called past life regression. I also do past life readings through the Akashic records. I am a super manifester. Okay? I also hold my PhD in metaphysics. So I am more than the author and authority on the subject when it comes to talking about manifestation, how to manifest, and to give you a bird's eye view on how I can make this all work for you. Now, excuse me, no matter how much knowledge I give to you, no matter how great lengths we discuss this, ultimately, you are the one to have to make the decision that this is what you want. So the first thing when it comes to manifestation is focus on what you want. Don't have scattered forces or scattered thoughts. Don't start one thing and then next week start another thing and the week after that start something else because the first thing didn't come into fruition. Be in congruency in what it is that you want. Okay? Second of all, visualize it. I have a process in which I go about manifesting. It's a 3-step process. First of all, I project it, then I expect it, and then I receive it. See, one thing that you need to know is that we are frequency-based beings. When I first was taught when I became a naturopathic doctor is that we were told that we were trichotomy beings, which means that we operate from body, mind, and soul, or some would say spirit. And as I matured and I learned more about quantum physics, we actually are not trichotomy beings, you guys. We are multidimensional beings. We have lived out every single reality that exists. There is another you on a parallel universe right now that is a tycoon, a billionaire, a multimillionaire, and even a bum. There's also, another version of you that may be a rapist or a murderer. We have been conditioned that there is just only a past, present, and a future. And this is the reason why we are unable to manifest, because we look at what we want. Then we look at how we're going to get it. And then we look at the end. Past, present, and future. We should really just look at the end from the very beginning. Forget the past, it don't exist. Forget the future, it don't exist. The only moment that you have is this right now moment in time and space. That's it. It's that simple. So get rid of also a plan B. There is no plan B because plan A is going to go through. You only come up with a script or a plan B when you really don't believe in the plan A. Believe it wholeheartedly. Know that it's going to show up for you exactly in the way that you intended for it to. Okay? You heard me correctly. Get rid of the plan B because you're already assuming that you're going to fail. You're already assuming that it's not going to work out. So you got another plan just in case of. Just in case it wouldn't work out with the original plan the first time. What if I told you the reason why it didn't work out in the first place is because you already set your own self up for failure? We have to change the way that we think, people. The way that we program our minds. Because since birth, we've been conditioned. It's really not all your fault. But then again, it's your fault. And what am I saying? And why am I saying this? It is because you are a whole adult. You're not a child anymore. The programming started from childhood, but you are an adult and you get a chance to decide right now at this moment that you're going to change things in your life. If things in your life are not what you want them to be, then change it. You are the sum total of your thoughts. Everything that you think about, you bring about, whether it's good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. Being focused on the how, you guys, is only going to keep it from you. It's only going to put up resistance and it's only going to keep it away from you. Some people say, let me settle down first. Let me get myself together first. Let me do this first. And guess what happens? The first never comes. And they never settle down. And they never get themselves together. Because the universe doesn't operate like that. Ready or not, here comes your manifestations. The universe is not going to wait on you. It's going to give you what your vibrational frequency is. Let me explain something to you. Life figures out itself. Case in point. When you go to sleep at night, are you worried about how you're going to breathe? Are you worried about how the blood is going to pump through your veins? Do you know that we are on a circadian rhythm? Within these cycles, through the night, The kidney has a time that it cleanses itself. The liver has a time that it cleanses itself. And it has absolutely nothing to do with right timing. It has nothing to do with us controlling it. The body regenerates itself through what is called apoptosis. Life fixes itself, and so does your body. It fixes itself, creating apoptosis where your cells are regenerating and informing new cells in its place. Your body is so intelligent that it tells a mutant cell to destroy itself. It sends a chemical to the cell. The cell goes into that destruction phase, which is called apoptosis. The universe has a self-correcting code that it goes by what you're vibrating at and what frequency you're on. But they didn't tell you that. The first thing that you need to know is awareness. Then once you are aware, decide what you want. Where people mess up at is that they try to figure it all out on their own. Don't try to figure it all out. It's already been done. It's already been figured out. Eons before you were even born. Eons before you even incarnated. So the second thing that you need to do is not trying to figure everything out. Or not trying to figure anything out at all. Focus and visualize on what you want. And see it as already been complete. As Neville Goddard says, live in the end. Act like as if you practically already received what it is that you're asking or desiring or wanting or longing for, yearning for, hoping for, wishing for, praying for. So one of my students that I'm coaching asked me, what if I have a hard time visualizing? Most people do. Believe it or not, it's more common than what you think. Some people have a hard time visualizing or seeing it. That's a good question. If you can't visualize it or see it, write it down. Or you can feel it. Trust me, if one of your senses are weak, the brain is very powerful in strengthening the other senses. Some people that have the problem with visualization or visualizing or mental imagery have a condition that's called aphantasia. This is the inability to create mental images. The phenomenon was first described by Francis Galton in 1880. I kept having people coming to me, you guys, and my office that I was doing past life regressions for. And I was not able to take them to their past lives because of this condition. And at the time, I didn't know what it was called. I didn't even know that it was a condition at all until I researched it, because it seemed like 1 out of every 5 people that came to me had this problem. So I started to see this trend, and I wanted to know what this phenomenon was all about. So the reason why you're not rich is because you don't know how to do things a certain way, because the rich, they do things a certain way. They do things that normally the masses don't do, not willing to do, don't even know how to do. One thing that I'm going to tell you that quantum physics says, that there is nothing new under the sun, you guys. Everything that has happened has already happened. Anything that you can never imagine, anything that you can never perceive with your mental capacity or your mind is already happening somewhere right now. An alternate you, an alternate self is living out your dream right now. I'm also going to teach you how to connect to your higher self. How do you connect with your higher self? The moment that you get out of your own way and open up your third eye and just listen. When your higher self comes in as him or herself, it will deactivate your ego automatically so that the messages or message that it's trying to convey can come through. And then, after your higher self has spoken, the ego will automatically activate itself again. That's how it works. One thing that you need to know is that we have these different dimensions that are compactified, and we exist as waves. It is because your brain is not a super brain, but it has super consciousness. And because it's not a super brain, it can only tune in to one reality at a time. One thing that I need to let you know is when it comes to manifesting, it is beyond the reasoning, it is beyond the thought, it is beyond your mind. You cannot use your 3D mind to manifest. I will repeat this to you. Forget about it. You cannot use your 3D mind to manifest, because reason being is you're going into the higher realms, 4D, 5D, and above, to make the intangible tangible, the unseen seen. The universe is not logical at all. It's illogical. This is the reason why people say that God works in mysterious ways, because it is beyond human conception and thinking of how God works, how the universe works. It is beyond the conception of rationalization. You cannot rationalize it. It's beyond reasoning, and it's even beyond your thought. Because thoughts are not really our thoughts anyway. They come from the collective. The only way that you're going to be successful with this is if you follow the voice of your higher self. That is the only way. The most profound things, you guys, will just come to you. Stop making things try to make sense to the rational mind. Stop trying to be logical in an illogical world. This is the reason why people will find love. They'll find the love of their lives, and then they'll end up losing them as quick as they found them. It is because they use their minds instead of their hearts. They try to make logical sense out of it. Love is not cerebral. You can't play mind games and think that people are going to stick around and stay around. So stop trying to make the universe make sense. The universe doesn't make sense. We make sense. The universe is so highly evolved that it surpasses all human understanding, comprehension, perspectives, human constructs, or human notions. The same thing proves true with the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is illogical, and we try to make it logical. In order to get to your manifestation, in order to get to the top, you are going to have to do what most people consider as delusional. You're going to have to act delusional. You're going to have to act out of your mind. You're going to have to think out of the box. Because that's the only way you're going to get to the top. Because in reality is delusional. It is illogical. It doesn't make sense. If it makes sense, it's not reality. Because if you told someone, my friend, right now, there exists multiple realities and you're in all of the realities happening all at the same time, and you're here too, I don't think that that's going to go over too well. If you tell people that all the dimensions are compactified and you are a wave of those particles, a super condensed machine moving at an accelerated rate that is housed in a skin suit, you'll probably not go far with that conversation. The first thing that they'll probably tell you is that it doesn't make sense because it's not supposed to. Stop trying to make sense out of nonsense. It doesn't make sense. It won't make sense. But I can tell you in the same breath, I can tell you this, and I know this for a fact. If a physicist come up to you and tell you that exact same thing that I just said and share with you and say the exact words verbatim. Hey people, we live in a multiverse. We live in a multi-universe. We have compactified dimensions and real waves of life. That when we observe it, when we see its protons and how it emits a consciousness, it also collapses from a wave and creates another particle on that reality of a material world, which is called you. Oh boy. And by the way, we just recently discovered that the universe is not actually a local place. The universe isn't real. So if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around, will you hear the sound? The answer is no, because no one is there and no one knows that it exists, which makes it non-local. So the reverse is true, right? So if a tree happens to fall and there's people around, then it makes it local. Get it? I hope I didn't lose too many of you. So what am I saying here? So if a physicist come along, and even though it doesn't make sense to you, you still try to comprehend it. Why? Because this is their profession. This is what they do. They're scientists. They prove fact and theory. But if you come to a chosen one and you tell a chosen one that, they'll believe you. This is what separates the chosen ones from those that are not awakened yet. Did you know that having a good feeling is illogical? Scientists cannot even prove that by listening to your gut feelings, that they even actually know where the gut feeling is even coming from. Do you know that scientists cannot even tell you where the brain gets its inspiration from, its information from, its creativity from, its imagination from? They can't tell you. Do you know what will be really good to help you to manifest? Get you some good sleep. Meditate. Detox your body, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Especially detox the pineal gland. All of these things will help you along the way when it comes to your manifestations. Be aware of this knowledge. Once you have this knowledge, it becomes the key. And it becomes a key to open up the door. And if you wonder what keys were given to Peter, it was the key to his imagination. That is the keys to the heavens, you guys. This is how you bring heaven onto the earth. As above, so below. And as you use the keys to open up one door, it opens up another door, to another door, to another door. And it just keeps going from there. You didn't come across this video by sheer coincidence or accident. You came here for a reason. If you didn't come across this video today, your life will still be robotic. You'll be like an automaton. Excuse me. You're not an automaton. You're a real person, a real being with superpowers. If you don't take things to the next level in your life, you'll continue to be working 40 hours a week, getting 1 or 2 vacations a year, or you'll work for 40 plus years and then you'll start to live your life after that, not realizing that your life expectancy is almost over. Do you want to know how to get to your manifestations, how to connect to your higher self? If you do, get in the game by doing these 2 things. First, make a decision, then visualize it. If you can't visualize it, okay, write it down or feel it. Feel it as if it's already happening and completed in the end right now. This is when you will get introduced to your higher self. This is when your higher self will take over and say, I got it from here. Do you know that scientists also have discovered that the memory is not even stored in the brain? Where is it stored at if it's not stored in the brain, you guys? Your thoughts and awareness alone is what generates your reality. No 2 people have the same reality, you see. What freedom that is. It is what I've been saying for years. It's what I've been teaching for years. Okay? Not only teaching, doing, and saying. Do you know that this is the biggest news of the year of 2023? Is that thoughts and awareness is what dictates your reality? The thoughts and awareness that you put out determines, shapes, and mold your reality. Let me tell you something right now. Whichever you are aware of, what you think about the most is what you will become. You will create or recreate experiences, and you will become the reality that you created. What you see right now is not material, but it is a feedback loop that you've been thinking of years. And the years of what you've been thinking of is what you have created at this now moment. Do you know that you can manifest a thought from the collective to become effective in your life right now? That is how powerful you are. And that it only takes your voice. Your voice senses it, it resonates with it, and then it gives it to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, it doesn't argue. But you will not even have access to your higher self until you have touched your subconscious mind. The truth is hidden in plain sight, you guys. They are showing you through the movies like Doctor Strange. He went to all these parallel universes. It's right in front of you, the truth. And the truth will set you free. That is your freedom. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows, you guys. Remember, we are the creators of our own universe. And in my universe right now, you exist. and I exist. We exist, we coexist together. Ask the universe, why do you deserve everything that you desire? And watch the universe show you. Universe, why do I deserve everything that I desire? I'm going to leave you with a prayer affirmation. I want you to know that you can be, do, or have anything that you want. Let's talk about prayer. When you pray, did you know that you're praying to yourself? Because you are God manifested in the flesh. And when you are in union with God, your God self, your higher self, you automatically believe subconsciously it appeared already. The prayer is answered because you already have answered your own prayer. You already lived out the reality of what you're wanting to call into existence. You just haven't seen it yet. It hasn't manifested in your current reality, but it will. Listen, quantum realities is a very hot topic right now in the scientific community. Okay, if you don't know about quantum realities and what it is, it's the ideal that everything in the universe is made up of tiny particles that believe or behave in a certain way off of our beliefs. It's unpredictable. These particles are called quantum particles. And they can exist in multiple states at once, which I've already explained, which means that they can also be in more than one place at a time. How does that really apply to you? Well, you need to understand, overstand, and understand that quantum realities can actually help you manifest your desires and achieve your goals. You see, everything in the universe is connected. And by focusing your thoughts and attentions on what you want or desire, you can actually influence the quantum particles around you to create that reality for you. Here's some other tips on how you can make quantum reality work for you. First, we got focus on what you want. Then we got visualize it. If you can't visualize it, write it down. If you can't write it down, feel it. Feel it in its completed state. Also, believe that what you're asking to manifest, that is possible. You have to believe it before you see it, you guys, not the other way around. You have to truly believe that what you want is possible in order for the manifestation to come into fruition. If you have any doubts or negative thoughts, it can block the flow of your energy and prevent your desires from coming in. And you don't want that. Let go of the control, you guys. Let go of how it's going to come about, how it's going to manifest. Once you've set your intentions and visualized it, wrote it down, feel the end of what you want, how you want it, and let go of 100% control and trust that it will be so. Then it will. Believe in your universe and trust the universe to bring your dreams into fruition. The first steps in doing all this is understanding your thoughts and your emotions and how powerful they impact your reality. If we focus on our thoughts and our feelings and we attract positive experiences into our lives by thinking positive, then the other hand would be true too. If we constantly dwell on negativity and our thoughts are negative and our emotions are, we attract negative experiences. The more that you do this, the more that you are positive and show gratitude and excitement, the more you align with the reality that you attract into your own life. Okay, another way to practice mindfulness is to be in awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings throughout the day and try to shift as much as possible those negative thoughts into positive and higher thoughts. In conclusion, quantum realities is a fascinating concept that can help you create the life that you want. By understanding the mechanics of our thoughts and emotions and how they shape our reality, we can take control and take the power back in our lives to manifest our dreams into reality. So, just because I love you, I will leave you with an affirmation that has helped me to manifest over a half a thousand, or not even a half a thousand, sorry, a $500,000 within the last 6 months. Also, if you want to see continuous miracles and cash flow, join me in my Facebook group, Soulology University. Contact me at drtyann7 at gmail.com. And I will post a video every single month on how to help you manifest your reality. You will be manifesting with me. And as promised, here is the affirmation. I always have more money than I need. I cannot help but attract a lot of money into my life. You guys, this is the bomb affirmation. One of my powerhouses. I affirm multiple affirmations and decrees throughout the day, but this one right here, baby, has made me a rich woman. And as we talked about, you are the average of the 5 people that are close to you. Who is around you? Take inventory of that. In order to change the things in your life, you have to change the things in your life. Stop expecting the miracle. Stop being a person that's throwing pity parties because you don't have the financial prowess or financial stability that you crave. And take your power back. If you don't want to sign up to my master class, sign up with my manifesting class or both. Do both. Why not? Why limit yourself? Okay? The sky is not even the limit. If you knew that you are the reason why you don't have what you want in life, I think you'll do things differently. You'll think differently. You'll act differently. You'll respond differently. All right, you guys, there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I just want to give a really huge thank you for those of you that are continuously with me each day when I'm posting my videos, when I'm on my lives, that are in my masterclass, that are about to join my manifesting group. I'm right now looking for virtual assistants that I'm hiring. Okay. I got to do interviews for that can help me maintain the group because I really feel that this is going to be big. I know it is. You know, one thing that I learned from my billionaire mentor is the more people that you help, the more that the universe is going to bring experiences and people into your life to help you. This is the reason why I'm reaching out, because I know I have the power to change your life. I changed my life. I've manifested an $80,000 car. I've manifested a $250,000 home. I've had a total of 3 Mercedes, 2 BMWs. I've had a total of 6 luxury cars, luxury vehicles in my life. 6. within the last 3 years. I know what I'm talking about. I know how to do this. I can do this in my sleep. I manifest in my sleep. I make money while I sleep. Listen to me. Remember, I asked you earlier, who do you listen to? You listen to those that have what you want already. I learned that in my millionaire group. Who do you listen to? I listen to those who already have what I want. Duh. You want to become a millionaire? You listen to millionaires. You want to become a billionaire? You listen to Oprah Winfrey. She's a billionaire. Listen to Rihanna. She's a billionaire. Listen to Beyonce. She's a billionaire. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for chiming in. I look forward to seeing you either in my masterclass or in my Facebook group. Namaste.